I'm going to show you an app that helps you answer the awkward questions.
And I've got a solution if you forgot to send Christmas cards this year.
Plus, so many tappy games.
It's time for iOS Today.
Podcasts you love.
From people you trust. This is Twit.
iOS Today is brought to you by Calm, the #1 app to help reduce your stress, relax your mind, and help you sleep. Get 25% off a Calm premium subscription at calm.com/iOS Today. And by Tailor Store. Tailor Store makes high-quality dress shirts that are fully customizable by you. With their exclusive trial price, each new customer gets their dress shirt starting at $39. From the basic essentials to the most high-end details, Tailor Store has you covered. Go to tailorstore.com/iOS Today and use the offer code iOS Today. iOS Today time. Hello, everybody. That there is Mikah Sargent.
And that is all dressed in black.
I'm Johnny Cash.
Leo Laporte.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
A.K.A. Johnny Cash.
This is the show where we talk about the latest from iOS. That could be your iPhone, your iPad, your Apple TV, your Apple Watch. Coming soon, any minute now when Micah does it. CarPlay.
Yes, CarPlay. We're going to do a CarPlay episode. We got to do a CarPlay episode.
I think that's as soon as you get the gizmo working, we're going to have a CarPlay unit here. Although Burke suggested, I think it's a good idea. I have a little model Tesla for children that we could put the CarPlay unit in that. I think that'd be the best.
It's kind of cute.
Be ironic since Tesla does not support CarPlay.
Which is a bummer.
Tesla. I know. That was actually my single really serious complaint about a Tesla. I really like CarPlay. My next car is going to have wireless CarPlay.
Yeah.
And wireless charging. So you just put the phone in, it starts charging wirelessly, and it is automatically connected to the head unit.
Oh, that's so nice.
So you get the screen and everything. I know. I think this is going to be really...
We had a listener write in to say that they too, or they actually right now have a car that has wireless CarPlay and the Qi charger. And I said, that's neat.
They live in the future.
They must, yeah. Well, it is a 2020, the way that car models work.
Yeah, I think it's the new thing,
Yeah.
So let us talk today.
We will, but first I have to ask why you have 11,935 notifications and why you keep your notification badges turned on.
Where do you see that?
I see that there.
Oh my goodness, that's an awful lot of notifications.
that is an awful lot there, pal.
You're right. I should probably turn that off. I think that's my newsreader. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's new articles. I do turn off notifications for email because it's even a higher number.
Oh God. Oh no.
So I really don't. It just makes me feel bad when I look at it.
Yeah, I have badges. That's the first thing that goes. Badges.
Can I turn that off? Show me how to turn that off.
Yeah, you head into settings.
Yeah.
And then you go to notifications.
Okay, yeah.
And then you swipe down to whichever app.
The app.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's Reader, which is my RSS news reader, which I really like, by the way. Someday I'll make that an app cap.
And then under badges, you just toggle that off.
No badges. We don't need no stinking badges.
We don't need no stinking badges.
Badges. We don't need no badges.
Where we're going.
We don't need no... Yeah, now look at that.
Beautiful.
Now it looks like I'm blissfully caught up on news when, in fact... I'm 11,000 articles behind.
Oh, my word. Nearly 12,000.
Yeah. I turn off badges on the things that make me feel bad.
Yeah, I feel better.
I have badges on. I like it that you can do it granularly like that because I do want it on my messages, right?
I use it on messages. I use it on Slack. I use it on...
Which is a messaging app we use at work.
At work, yes. And... Well, that might be it. I try to keep it off as and my reminder app. I keep it on that.
I have gone through, as anybody who watches this show on a regular basis knows, thousands of different to-do apps and ways of keeping track of things, and some of them very expensive, like OmniFocus. But I have to say, Apple Reminders is really pretty darn good.
I've been impressed with it myself.
Yeah.
They've added a lot of new features that make it even better, including the ability to sort of granularly add different features within a single topic. So you could say, I want to do this, and it has this many steps.
That kind of project management is pretty important to me.
Yeah, but we are not talking about project management.
Not today, we're not.
In fact, we're going the opposite. We are trying to be less productive.
Time wasters.
Time wasters, tap apps, weird apps, whatever you want to call them.
Stuff you don't want.
Stuff you don't need. But stuff, is just kind of nice to have when you're doing nothing else. That's what we're talking about today. And so, look, there are so many excellent Apple Arcade games. There's so many excellent games in the App Store.
Many.
Beautifully designed.
So many.
Well made.
Yes.
I don't want any of that.
Let's look at the crap today.
I
Is
want
that what
some
you're
crap.
saying?
Yes.
This is stuff.
This is crap today.
You'll be sorry
from Twit.
you have downloaded in so many ways. And your prototype for that was Universal Paperclips, which I should show. I have now solved the paperclip.
You've solved my paperclip puzzle.
This comes from a thought experiment in artificial intelligence. What if you created an artificial intelligence, but you didn't sufficiently define the task? For instance, what if you didn't tell an artificial intelligence when it was done? And so I wonder if it's Nick Bostrom, I think it is, who said, what if, just as an example, we designed a perfect paperclip manufacturing machine and it started making paperclips, but we neglected to tell it, you're done when you satisfy the demand for paperclips. If we didn't tell it that by accident or omission, then it would make paperclips until it stopped. But when would it stop? When it ran out of stuff.
Right.
So this whole idea of this game is you're evolving an artificial intelligence to make paperclips, and you want to, because when you first start, you're doing it the worst possible way.
You are the artificial intelligence.
You're making paperclips by hand, just like in pre-industrial era, right?
Yeah, you just tapped a button and a paperclip was there.
Right, and I made 45 paperclips. You can raise, and all you can do in the beginning is raise and lower the price per clip. This is a little lesson in macroeconomics and supply and demand, because demand will go up as you lower the price, and it will go down as you raise the price, but you might make money as you raise the price. So that's kind of interesting. What we'd really like to do, look at that. As I've made money, eventually I made enough money, $5, to make some auto clippers, thank God. So we've entered the industrial era, and now paper clips are being made automatically. But notice there's some other parameters. I'm going to have to pay attention to wire and buy new wire. I might want to,
Ooh, and the cost of wire is going up.
Yeah, cost of wire goes up. So you're going to have to consider that when you price your clips. And you could do it experimentally to see, if you lower the price, see how demand's going up and unsold inventory is going down. Ideally, you kind of create the demand that will sell as everything you can make, as fast as you can make it, and you'll make more money. So I'm kind of lowering the cost of paper clips. Oops, I ran out. See that?
Yeah,
maybe a little higher.
So
than
high,
that.
yeah. It was
See,
over
watch the
100%.
also available funds, and eventually you're going to see the price move. So good, I can buy another auto clipper. That's good. Pretty soon I'm going to need to buy a wire, though, so be careful you don't run out of wire.
If you do you lose, or you just have to wait? Wait, yeah, you lose.
Yeah, it's possible to get in a situation. Notice I'm getting notifications up here. This is important to watch these. It's possible to get in a situation where the game is unplayable, but with a little attention, you're going to be just fine. I'm going to wait till I get some. Maybe I'll lower the price a little. See, I kind of want to keep that where it is, where I'm selling every paper clip I can make.
Yeah, demand's at 100%.
Now, this seems like a dopey game at first, and it doesn't continue, by the way, when you close it. You have to be opening it and paying attention. But what'll happen eventually is you'll get more and more capabilities as you make money. You can improve your marketing, which increases the demand, which gives you a chance to raise the price. You'll also eventually create faster auto clippers, better auto clippers, and eventually you'll get to the point where you can create an artificial intelligence to make your paper clips, and that's when it all goes haywire.
I was out to dinner with Leo and Lisa, and we, are having this nice dinner and chatting, and then Leo was very quiet, and I didn't know what was going on.
Why?
And I looked over, and he was down at his phone, tapping on his paperclip game. He had introduced it to me at this point, though, so I kind of knew that's what was going on. But I love this idea, and it's so simple that
In a way,
I feel I like it.
There's some value to it because you learn kind of basic economics about resources, supply, demand. So you actually learn a little bit about how a business might be run. I think there's some, and then you start to learn about AI.
Right.
And then there's some weird stuff. There's almost puzzle-like features as you get more and more sophisticated. Eventually, I don't want to spoil it for you, but there is an end point in the game. Basically, the end point is when you've consumed all the matter in the universe and turn it into paperclips. And then you're done.
Yeah, because then wouldn't it just consume itself? Is that how it finishes things up?
So I can't remember how many paperclips it is, but it's trillions and trillions and trillions of paperclips. This game, it'll take you a couple of days to get to the end of it. I find it really fun and soothing.
It's kind of relaxing.
You didn't play it, though, did you? You haven't.
I haven't played it yet,
pick
no.
it up. So maybe it isn't that fun and relaxing.
Well, no, I haven't played it yet. I want to.
He's looking at it because it's a sideways game.
Yeah, 500
it's really
clips created
for
in 4
better
minutes.
on an iPhone.
I just wanted to see the little notification.
Yeah, it says 500 clips created in 40. So it's keeping an eye on this. And look, I better buy some more wire because I'm going to run out of wire. I'm sorry to make you look sideways at that. I see I'm getting sucked into it again. I am. As soon as I make enough money, I'm going to do some marketing. Yeah. And I guess I should buy a couple more.
Will they tweet out, "Hey, buy our paperclips"? Here's a link to buy our paperclips.
I don't know. They don't tell you what the marketing is. I wish they would because I could use some marketing advice. But you have to balance it. What are you going to spend your money on? You have limited funds. The idea is to maximize. And I guess, you can't play the game over and over. At the end of it, it says, do you want to start over or not? If you say not, nothing happens. You just get credits. If you start over right where I am, and you get to build it all again. Maybe, I guess, you could try to beat your time because it tells you how long it took before you
I see.
consumed the universe.
See, that's where you lose me. I don't want to compete with myself. I just want to play it.
I think, honestly, this is really a lot of fun. I think it sounds strange. It's it's graphically about as simple as you can get. And we showed some other games like this. We did a whole series of these, including the one where you do eggs incorporated. But remember that?
Yeah.
To me, this is the ultimate in, what do you call these games? What's the subject matter today?
Tapping games.
No, but I mean, what are we doing? We're doing
ugly games, unique games. We
games.
honestly don't have a name for it. It's just games that are not like the...
They're not like the others.
They're not like the others.
Go ahead, show me a game that's not... One of these games is not like the others.
One of these games is not like the others. It's called Steppy Pants. But
oh my God, this game.
Steppy Pants is a walking simulator.
It is so ridiculous.
So it's very simple. It's also got good music.
It does have good music.
And essentially... Yes, you are doing a walking simulator.
Apparently, you don't know how to walk.
Now, it's not like the WASD, thank goodness. That one walking simulator where you have to move your hands and your arm, or your arms and your legs at the same time. But essentially, a tap equals a step.
It's easy now.
Oh, and you can't step on a crack. Now, I'm not fond of the different
you got some special
premium
delivery
stuff. Well, some of this is like, you can get this if you watch this ad.
Oh, no, you got 100...
I got those coins.
Schmackers.
Now, instead of doing any of this, I'm just going to tap back. I'll collect those coins. Woohoo!
I like a game that gives you... oh, I see. You're trying to avoid the cracks here.
Oh, no. There we go.
Oh!
Why?
This game is the most annoying game ever created. Actually, except since Flappy Bird. And I think it's kind of... They know it's like Flappy Bird. They'd call it Steppy...
Darn it! I didn't think
Steppy Pants.
Steppy
Kind
Pants.
of like Flappy Bird, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you get the idea. You are quite literally playing a walking sim.
It's one of those games where you feel like if I could just do it better, I could like run.
Yeah, right. You got to walk before you can run, Leo.
What I do like about this is, it is what I call iPad native. I really don't like games where they're simulating controllers. You have to tap the left and the right and all that stuff. I agree. I think a game should be designed for this platform. And this is a tap game. This is all you do.
Yeah, I'm quite literally just tapping my one finger even.
Yeah,
what
do you do if your finger gets tired?
Well, if my finger gets tired, I take a break.
Then you play...
and have some potassium.
This game, which is called Chicken Scream.
Now, what does a chicken scream sound like?
You'll find out.
All right.
Let's play a new game. This is one, the traditional fruit zombie. where you have levels. I guess who started that? It wasn't Fruit Zombie or Ninja Fruit. It was what was the first one where you had like levels you had to complete before you go to the next level?
Oh, like platformers?
Sort of. So I'm going to talk or sing to make the chicken walk.
What?
I'm going to scream.
Oh my God, I love this already.
To make the chicken jump. You ready? Yeah. Okay. It needs access to the microphone for obvious reasons. So chicken, you can walk now, but I have to scream to get it to jump. So he's going to walk and then jump. And then he's going to walk, jump. And then he does it.
I'm getting this app right now. My dogs are going to hate it.
By the way, I love it that the ad they're showing is the Oakland Zoo. That's kind of appropriate.
Yeah, go to the
isn't
zoo and scream at the chickens.
So now I'm talking. Ah! Talk. Jump over that. Talk. Jump. Talk. Jump.
This is the best game ever.
Oh, you made
Oh
you
no!
made noise. Now I have to watch some woman talk about her high school. I'm sorry, I don't want to see this ad. Do you do this with ads where you like cover them up? Like you're not going to give them the satisfaction of even
Talk to
seeing
the hand
with the ads. I turn my head.
I will just
do
turn down
anything.
the volume.
So I don't know if you can pay for this.
It looks like it has in-app purchases, but I don't know what they are.
I'm going to pay for it if this is what I have to do.
Yeah, no
time.
ads for $1.99.
Oh, it's well worth it.
Yeah, instead of that nonsense.
Talk to your chicken or
I love
scream at
this.
them.
Oh my God, that's
Isn't that
amazing.
fun?
Yes.
No, it's not something you're going to play in public.
Well, maybe that's what we should do.
It's called Chicken Scream.
That'd be a fun little bit.
Yeah. Isn't that fun?
That is so much fun.
It's actually, there is a category, believe it or not, of noise.
Games?
Yeah, screaming games. There's another one too. I can't remember that.
Oh man, why is this not downloading? Anyway,
she's trying to play it.
I just got to have it.
It's really meant, again, as you can see. I don't know why. Why is it so hard for developers to do a horizontal, a landscape mode? But I guess, I don't know. They don't want to. So when I see that, I say, oh, you mean for this to be played on an iPhone?
Right. Yeah. The next one I want to talk about. Oh, there you go. It's called Scream Go Hero.
That's another one. There's a whole category. I'm telling you, there's a category. Megan was the first to show us this, and I forgot the name of the app she showed us. It was the funniest thing ever. But anyway,
that's amazing.
You have more quirky
yeah.
games.
So the next one is also a walking simulator, but it is more intense, and
Walking's
it's called
hard, it turns out.
Yeah, walking is very hard. In fact, this is true.
Cthulhu is the dad? Oh, Octodad.
So he is pretending. He's pretending to be a human dad.
Yeah.
And so you play this character who's trying to like walk around and be normal.
I like
among
it
these
already.
humans. But I did want to say that different scientists that look at the way that our bodies work, the mechanisms of our body, say that it is kind of bizarre that we're able to walk on 2 feet.
Oh, yeah. We're basically controlled fall.
Controlled falls. It's a series of controlled falls. Yes. That's not flying. It's falling with style. All right. Let's move forward.
What's
here.
that from? That's good. I like it.
Toy Story. Yeah.
Toy Story. All right. What do we got here?
All right. So instead of it just being simple, well, we'll skip this. Tap. There are I didn't realize I have to restart, but this is good because you can see how it works. So move your finger to control the Octodad's arms. And so I'm trying to swipe off all of this stuff that's on the counter. And I'm not doing, there we go. So we get everything off of here. And then it also has suction cup powers. So I move my arm onto this and I tap
suction cup.
Grab
of course,
it.
because he's an octopus.
Tap to and then tap to remove it.
Did you know that octopuses are so squishy they can compress everything in their body except their beaks?
Oh.
So they can get through mail slots, they can get underneath stuff. In fact, that's the real problem with octopuses. They're escape artists.
I've seen some videos of that. So see, if you put 2 fingers on, then you can move up and down with the sim. And then again, forward is just 1 finger. So I like that it's got all of these different sort of gestures that result in different things. And so I'm going to go and I'm going to tap to take the handle. Tap to take the handle off. And then boom, we move forward. Now, this is the last part that I want to show you. I just want to show you the walking. So you 2-finger tap to switch to legs mode. And You can see that the left tap will move one leg and the other tap will move the right. So we'll move forward. Wait, now I'm forgetting how. There we go. I love the, what's the word I'm looking for? The physics of this game is incredible. I just need to get out the door. And so there we are. We're at the door. I'll switch back into arm mode, move my arm up with 2 fingers, and then tap on the doorknob, and then swipe it open. Whoops, tap on the doorknob. Why is it not? Oh, it's because I'm too close to the door now. I need to move back.
Oh, man, he is really not doing well simulating humanity. I love his wig and costume, though, or whatever it is he is wearing.
Isn't this fantastic?
He goes invisible when he's...
Oh, no, it's not actually invisible. It's just because he's so close to the camera, so you can see through.
Okay.
Anyway, so that is Octodad, Dadliest, I forget, Dadliest catch. Thank you.
Dadliest. So, in honesty, this is a long beloved category that I think many of the best games fit into. They're just quirky, they're weird, they're not traditional. The latest, which is all the rage, of course, is Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah.
Where you're just a nasty, mean goose and you're honking at the farmer and you
steal
mayhem.
some kid's glasses.
I have to give credit, by the way, that's not available for iOS, but I have to give credit to kind of the game that started this all. And Father Robert introduced us to the Goat Simulator.
Mm-hmm.
The Goat Simulator spawned other goats. In fact, there are now, as of last year, 5 different Goat Simulator games. You can pick up all 5 from Coffee Stain Publishing for a mere $20. I haven't played this one, Goat Simulator Waste of Space. They have an MMO. They have Goat Simulator Payday, the original Goat Simulator. The idea is very similar to Untitled Goose Game, where you're a goat, and they're really not... Oh, I'm in space. You're really not trying to do anything in particular.
You just get to walk around and crush things.
Exploring.
Be messy.
Goat Simulator Waste of Space.
In a not so far.
Go ahead.
Oh, no.
In a not so far future, in a galaxy pretty close by, it is a period of crowdfunding. Want-to-be and entrepreneurs, striking from the concealment of the internet, have won their first victories against the evil corporations. Although their total reign was disproven, the corporations knew that as them as a threat and started to pursue them across the galaxy. Blah blah
right.
blah blah. Blah.
It's disappearing too quickly.
It doesn't. It's not really. You get it though. It's fun. So it's kind of, I guess, it's appropriate, right? The next Star Wars movie's coming out in a couple of days. This is kind of a Star Wars-y thing.
It is?
So instead of the traditional Goat Simulator where you're in a normal terrain, here you are in space. And notice now we're doing a crowd. I know.
There we go.
Yeah, we're just running around, discovering things. You can jump. You can headbutt. See, really, if you say Untitled Goose Game was original, then you didn't know about Goat Simulator, right? Stretch goal stretched.
Wait, why repair the door when you can break the door?
Because it's a crowd simulator, right? It's crowdsourcing, right?
Oh.
Get it? We're going to fund the colony. So this
like the music.
This is a newish one. I'll show you the original Goat Simulator. Where is it here? Goat Simulator. We'll play the original, one and only Goat Simulator.
Gone North.
Gone North games. They've updated. Okay, we're now in Goatville, right?
Goatville,
and
North Dakota.
So you can see there's more to do. This is more of a what you'd be used to.
Yeah. Now this does have that.
Yeah, because it's not designed for iOS originally.
Get your statues.
Unlocked tall goat because I climbed really high. Shall we headbutt this goat? Oh, I knocked him down. I might have killed him.
Oh, no.
That's terrible. Let's headbutt this goat.
Oh, there's another goat in there.
There's a goat everywhere.
See, I was playing this earlier, and I did not know that there was a tower there.
Oh, so you know about Goat Simulator. This is not Nothing new.
Nothing new from Moi, but
But I think
there are people
I
out there
want
who
to
might
give
not
them
know.
credit because I think they invented the annoying animal game
yeah, I think you're right.
genre. This is not trivial.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a killer goat. So this is the original. Yes, there are now, get ready, 5.
Oh, my
There's Waste of
goodness.
Space, Goat Payday, Goat Z, and Goat MMO. Each has a different theme. All have angry goats.
Is Goat Z a zombie one?
Let's find out.
Womp, womp, womp.
Da, 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 da. Goats.
Looked like it. I just saw a Thriller dance.
Oh, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Oh, there are the zombies. So, let's play casual.
Yes, I'm a casual goat.
This is scary.
Ooh, you're kind of a green goat.
This
So you're a
is-
zombie
I'm zombie
too.
goat too. So anyway, you get the idea. I think that they've really milked this probably as much as
Goat milk.
they could. Yes.
I think you killed a human, not a
Oh,
zombie.
well, that's all right. I'm a zombie.
Oh, that's right. I forget.
So, I think loads of fun.
Yeah, it's just one of those fun, just walk around and do stuff kind
Yeah.
of games, which I like.
It's very much like the Untitled Goose Game. I think it's a little bit actually more elaborate, a little more sophisticated. There's more you can do. Oh, look, what's that? Get away from there, zombie.
That's my package.
Okay.
Is
Oh,
it
I
a
got
weapon?
a bullet. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I kicked him.
Nice.
Nice job, goat.
The Antiquer explodes you all the way back to the Renaissance.
Shall I try it? Oh, I missed him. It's a bag of flour. Apparently zombies are afraid of flour.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Oh, man.
All the way back to the Renaissance, baby. Anyway, I think it's not a good idea to play more of this game. I just wanted to give him honorable mention.
I'm surprised you didn't give me crap for my pronunciation
Of goat?
of Renaissance. When I was in high school, I took a European history class.
Oh, and he preferred
And
Renaissance?
She said, because she was over, she like every year they'd go on the tour through Europe, and the people that were giving the tour called it the Renaissance.
Is it
She
the
said,
Caribbean?
if you say Renaissance in my class, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so now
Really?
it's in my head. Renaissance. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's move on to I Am Bread. This is another simulator.
I am bread?
Yes. And in this simulator, you are bread.
Okay. Ta-da!
So we'll play the tutorial so you can see how I Am Bread works.
This is different.
So you can drag anywhere to move your piece of bread.
Oh, it's very much like Goat Simulator, except you're toast. You're not toast yet.
No, you're toast. And a little bit like What the Golf.
Oh, yeah. It's got a what the golfy feel.
But you can also climb as a piece of bread. So you get to the wall, and then if you put your finger on the screen, you will latch on. Ah!
Da 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 da.
Come on, come on.
Da 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 da. I am toast. Da 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 da. You know, I think good music is critical in these games.
I agree. Oh, it only lets me nudge for this tutorial, but woo! Look at this flying, flapping piece of toast. So you can tap near the toast to get it to
Are
nudge.
there any Apple Arcade games that are this dumb?
Well, it depends on your definition of dumb.
I hope Apple isn't like rejecting games like this, saying,
Oh, I see what you
it's
mean.
dumb. We want something better."
Right.
There are, I mean, honestly, for $5 a month, I think the Apple Arcade games gives you. What are you doing now?
Well, I was just going to show you. So here's the challenge: is that you need to remain edible as you're moving through the space.
So you can lose that ability by
As you move around. So the longer you take to get to the finish
Oh,
line,
yeah.
of course, you're
Goes
picking
down.
up crumbs, you're picking up dirt, germs,
Yeah.
and you're losing your fluffiness. And so you want to remain edible the whole
So
time.
now you're a pretty good-looking piece of rye bread there.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's quite a hunk of rye.
no.
Oh, your edibility plummeted.
Oh no!
Along with your fall to the floor.
So you can see now
So
I've
you
got
roll the
crumbs
toast.
that I've picked up.
Oh, is that what those are?
Yeah.
Oh, well, your edibility is really low now. I wouldn't want to eat it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I gotta say,
Is your goal to get to these plates?
My goal is to become toast, and so the toaster is over across the room. I need to make it to the toaster.
Right. This game, I think, is too frustrating.
Really?
Yeah. I like it's cute. It's cute.
Uh-huh. Is there a way?
I think
wonder,
the
to not go
mechanics
on
are
the
also a
floor?
little tiresome. Like you have to keep flipping the toast.
That's because you are bread.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they should have like Paperclip, they should have a toast flipper. You should be able to buy a
That's
toast
what you want.
flipper.
You want them to flip the toast
Yeah,
for you.
automated toast flipper.
Oh man, I'm stuck.
Your edibility is really not good at this point.
It hasn't moved though. As long as I
61%.
stay off the floor.
Oh, the floor is really where you get in
The
trouble.
floor is lava, or in this case, it's
There is a game like
Death
that.
to
on the-
bread.
Yeah, there is lava, of
Yeah,
course.
remember I was really good at that game.
Yeah.
You were jealous.
You were a natural. Look, there's a little refrigerator magnet saying, I loaf toast.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
I get it.
Anyway, you get the idea.
Toast pun. Watch out, you're going close to the floor. You're going to lose some edibility.
Oh no. Oh no. My edibility. I was trying to say eligibility and edibility, and it just didn't. No.
Oh.
All right, you get the idea. I am bread.
more than get the idea. There is, I think, in hindsight, my favorite Apple Arcade game, the one I keep going back to. So I'll mention that because it is quirky. It's a little different. It's Pinball Wizard. Have you played that one at all?
Yeah, we played it on the Apple Arcade.
When
episode.
you introduced it. Well, it turns out it's still one of my favorite games because it's a pinball game, but it's a little different. So that's the ball, right?
You are the pinball.
These are the flippers.
You are bread. I mean, the
Oops.
pinball.
I already lost. Let's do that again. I guess I'll use the on-screen flippers.
And see, I think this nice iPad is perfectly suited for this.
This is a
simple-
natural iPad
Yeah.
game. I unlocked the door, see? So I can now get out of this level. Your goal here is to climb all this levels of
Oh,
the
it's
tower.
like a tower. Okay.
Yeah. And I guess you get out of the tower. Maybe there's more there after you get out of the tower. I don't know. But to me, this is kind of fun. It's a pinball game, but a little bit quirky in the sense that, well,
It's not just a pinball.
yeah, it's kind of a little bit more. It's definitely got the pinball action. And if you're a pinball wizard, you'll be able to do things with the flippers that, like trap the ball and stuff. People like to do that. But you can see it's walking,
Woo!
so it's not quite. Whoa.
Oh, that was close.
Almost lost the ball.
Hey, you're
there.
pretty good, Mr.
A
Pinball.
lot of wasted hours playing this game. I like this game. It's called Pinball. Oh, look at that.
Nice.
And of course, you get points for clearing all that stuff. And those ice cubes have to be hit multiple times to
Break.
break
Or melt.
There's the key, but I got to hit it again.
Ooh,
So
nice.
I think this is quirky, don't you?
Yes, it is. It's unique.
Yeah, so maybe there are some unique Apple Arcade games. They're not all the traditional.
Well, and I think that the one that I loved, that Sasquatch one, was basically a Sasquatch
It's a
simulator.
sneaky game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree. So there are, but if you really want to get quirky, you're not going to see Paperclips in Apple Arcade. I don't
Right.
think.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right.
All right.
Enough of this game.
I think that's actually going to do it for us. There aren't too many others out there.
Mention a few. We did mention What the Golf. That's a really fun game. Pretty quirky.
There's also one called Sausage Legend, which
Okay.
you pretty much just play. You are a Polish sausage. Well, you can choose
You
different
like
ones.
games where you play food.
Apparently, I do because they're quirky. It's weird.
It is quirky.
And all you do is just break things with it. It's a sausage on a fork, and you just break things with it. So that's another
quirky.
one. It's very quirky.
Definitely.
Definitely quirky. But you know
we're
what's
take-
not quirky?
Our sponsor.
Exactly.
I don't even know who it is, but none of our sponsors
They're not quirky.
are quirky. Actually, Quirky is actually a company.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Have
but
they
I think things didn't go well for them.
weren't they a smart home thing?
No, they were one of those things where an inventor comes to them and they help you develop a crazy idea, and they made quirky things. Some of their things, they had an octopus plug, power strip that I thought was quite good.
It was quirky.
Quirky. Our show is brought to you today by something that will make you feel very good. Nothing quirky about calm. Calm.
That should be a
Shouldn't
top-level domain.
AHHH be a top-level domain?
Yes.
Calm.ah. No, it's calm.com, the number one app in the world that'll help you reduce your stress, relax your mind, help you sleep. Do you feel like you're missing out on holiday magic? And we all get in this mindset where I gotta do it. Check off the to-do list. Gotta do it. One of the things you should add to your to-do list, I tell Lisa this all the time, she works so hard. You got to make time for self-care during the holiday season. Eckhart Tolle says in The Now Habit, you got to have leisure as part of your getting things done strategy.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting? Calm, and I would say more than leisure, I would say calm.com, the number one app, loaded with content that can help you lower stress, ease anxiety, improve focus, and just take a little time for you. And it doesn't take a lot of time to get started. A 5-minute meditation can make a big difference in your day. In fact, I really recommend this for anybody who's not meditated before, because it will walk you through the process. Tamara Levitt and her guided meditations every day are so good. But it's more than meditation. It's hundreds of hours of all sorts of stuff. Sleep stories, which I love. Wait a minute, what's this? Is this a new sleep story with Eva Green? It's called Nightfall.
Well, hello.
Oh, hello.
And welcome.
Hello, Eva.
My name is Evergreen.
Eva.
And this?
Wait a minute. It's pronounced Evergreen?
Oh, no.
OMG, I had no idea.
Evergreen.
She's one of my favorite actors. She's been.
What's she do?
Oh, you'll remember her. She was in 300. She was in. She did that great series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
on Showtime. I can't remember the name of it, but she's really wonderful. Anyway, let's hear what Eva wants to tell us.
Evergreen.
Well, all this time, I didn't know that's how you pronounce it.
It's nightfall.
Yes. This is a sleep story. They have these.
It was the end of the week, in the middle of the spring.
Oh, I'm going to listen
and
to
the
this
night
tonight.
was about to begin.
Tonight's for me, you and Eva. Oh, she was, of
I
course, in
stepped
Casino
outside,
Royale. She
and the
was the
front door
wonderful
clicked itself
IRS
closed.
agent that James Bond
A
fell in
gentle
love
breeze
with.
met my face,
British
like
Treasury.
a friend who had been waiting for me to come outside.
Oh, yes.
The air was cool and crisp,
Oh, Eva.
soft.
Soft. Can I go home now?
Mm-hmm.
It's nap time. You also get hundreds of hours of content. What was I saying? Oh, soothing music.
This.
I love the lullabies for kids are fantastic. The nature melodies include nature sounds. Moby put his most recent album on calm.com exclusively. You want to hear a little Moby? I'm a Moby fan. And this is Moby mixed with ambient. So there's a little water in the background. This would really help you relax. There's so much more. 60
Sigur
million
Rós is on there as
people. Who is?
Sigur Rós.
I thought it was Sugary.
And wait, are you
No, I'm
serious?
teasing you.
Okay. Because it's Icelandic.
Yes. And Sigur Rós does a sleep story?
No, they do Liminal Sleep. It's an album.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're kidding. 60 million people use Calm to help them relax. Right now, you can get 25% off a Calm premium subscription. It gives you access to this and a whole lot more. 25% off. By the way, this is an amazing gift as well for the holidays. I gave it to my daughter. Calm.com/iOS today. Calm.com/iOS today. Unlimited access to the entire library. And as you see, they've added new stuff. Every week they add new stuff. They just added the Evergreen sleep story. You want to do some breathing exercises?
Evergreen.
You could do that. They've got stretching. CALM. Calm.com/iOS today. I am such a huge fan. 700,000 5-star reviews.
Wow.
Add mine to that number.
It's time for the news. The news is on. It's news.
Now that you're relaxed, let's tense you up.
Yeah. What's in the news? So Apple had a special event in New York.
Oh, yeah. We didn't stream it.
We did not stream it.
You know why?
Because it wasn't streamed.
No. This whole thing was as it has been every year, really a private event for developers.
Mm-hmm.
And they announced the Apple, what do they call them? The Appleys?
Yeah, the cookies.
The cookies, we should call them, yeah.
That's not what they call them, unfortunately.
No.
But
Apple Awards.
Yeah, they announced the Apple Awards, but for the first time ever, they're doing the Apple Music Awards as well. So they've given out your pal and friend and good buddy, Old Town Road. What's this?
Oh,
Lil
Lil
Nas
Nas X.
He got Song of the Year.
Song of the Year. Okay. They're a little late on that, but okay.
I love the.
That's a pretty award.
It's a gorgeous award. They use the
Johnny Ive's last statement.
Semiconductors.
It's a silicon
wafer. Yeah. In the creation of these awards.
That's beautiful.
So they're going to actually do a live stream of this. Oh, Lizzo got Breakthrough Artist of the Year. Okay.
Right on, Lizzo. We love the Liz.
Oh, yeah.
So they're not going to do a live stream because it's done. They're going to do a video?
No, there's still going to be, let's see, I got to remember. So the winners have been awarded.
Yeah.
However, they are going to be doing, global live stream performance by Billie Eilish at the Steve Jobs Theater on December 4th. Tomorrow. At 6:30 p.m.
Oh.
So Billie Eilish will be performing.
So this kind of replaces. Remember, they used to do, and I loved it. They would do these live concert series in London. I actually went.
Yeah.
I actually went to one of them.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was really great.
Who was Adele there?
Somebody. No, it was opera.
Oh.
It was beautiful. It was really great. It's a wonderful. The Roundhouse Theater in London was a wonderful venue, and Apple did this live thing every year, and they just stopped. So maybe this is kind of their whatever is coming next. It's one artist, one day, instead of a whole month of performances.
Yeah. So that's like I said, Billie Eilish is the big
tell me
winner.
about Billie Eilish. I don't really
listen to Billie Eilish either.
Yeah.
The only thing that I know about Billie Eilish is that she did a song that has clips from The Office in it. And so...
Oh, you would know that. You had an Office podcast.
Yeah, so Rainn Wilson ended up interviewing her and quizzing her on The Office, and she is a trivia superstar.
She knows.
Yeah.
Eilish knows Office.
Eilish knows Office.
Nice.
She's very young, if I remember correctly, so it's kind of a big deal that she got this, huge Global Artist of the Year award as a
Congratulations, Billie.
But yeah, Lizzo, Lil Nas,
Breakthrough
were the big ones.
Yeah. It's kind of tough in a world where there's the Grammy Awards. You've heard of them, and the and the American Music Awards, and the MTV's Video Music Awards. It's kind of tough to add a new music award. It seems like a very crowded category.
Yeah, it's very clear that this is they're kind of we're doing our own thing. It's just our it's for us.
Nice thing you get.
Yeah, and I mean Instagram was flooded with Apple Music posts. I follow the Apple Music account, and Instagram was. My stream was pretty much completely just the Apple Music Award winners on there. So, they're doing it up big and whatever, but it's not, you're right.
So tomorrow we'll all watch Billie Eilish in the Steve Jobs Theater.
Yeah, with Rainn Wilson dancing. I wish that's not going to be happening, but
that would be cool. Awesome.
I would watch that.
Maybe she'll do her Office song.
She might, yeah. I don't know what her other song, I don't even know what I'm probably going to get in trouble.
I'm really cynical. I often
end it there.
Feel like
cynical.
Right. That's it. I'm really cynical. I often feel like these awards are really self-serving. Well, I guess that's always true about awards. Industry self-serving, and you're not going to get a really great breakthrough artist because it's going to be somebody the music industry is pushing.
Oh, right. Yeah.
In other words, I don't feel like it's a coincidence that Billie Eilish was on Saturday Night Live 2 weeks ago and now is going to be playing on an Apple stage.
Absolutely.
I feel like there's some guy in a suit with a cigar saying, "And we're going to make you a huge star, Eilish.
Yeah.
And we're going to get you on that Apple stage."
Mm-hmm.
Right? So to me, it doesn't feel organic.
So what is organic? Is the streams that someone gets on Spotify the organic thing?
Yeah, or SoundCloud, or you go to a little theater kind of out of the way bar in Austin.
There's a guy with a cigar.
or Nashville or somewhere, and you hear somebody you've never heard of, and they're like mind-bogglingly good. There are so many great, talented musicians out there who never get that industry push.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like we see the same few names over and over again because that's who the music industry has decided. Again, some guy with tomato-colored pants and a cigar has decided this is the next big thing. And I don't know if that's the next big thing.
I agree with that.
It feels manufactured a little bit.
absolutely. As manufactured as the award.
Do they call the award something?
It's just called the Apple Music Awards.
The
Oh, you're
cookies.
asking if they call the award
We
itself
got to
something?
start a little campaign to call it the cookies.
Yes, I think
just
that's
think
great.
such a good name.
But they also awarded the best apps and games.
What
of
is
the
the
year.
best? I'm more interested in that.
The best app of the year is an iPhone app. Well, within the iPhone category,
Yeah.
it is Spectre Camera.
Oh, I'd agree with that.
I've never used this app. I'd never heard of it until today. Tell me about Spectre Camera.
It's from the same people who do your other favorite camera app,
Halide?
Halide. I think. Am I wrong?
Lux Optics, Spectre Camera.
Maybe I am wrong. I don't know. I have it on here. Let me take my. I don't know why. I had a selfie stick. And I had my thing on that. But I'll show you a Spectre because I'm pretty sure I have it. It's been an app cap. Is this the one that lets you do long exposures?
It's a long exposure app.
Yeah, I feel like it's from the Halide folks.
It is. Yep.
So the idea is, and this is something, they're not going to give Halide an award, even though it deserves an award, because it's doing all the same things the Apple Camera app does, just in a little bit different way. But the Apple Camera app does not do long exposures. You go and you take a picture of I should have used this, frankly, when I was in Dubai. I kick myself now. Of the freeway traffic.
Oh.
From above. I was shooting down from above. If I had done the long exposure, we'd get the light trails and all that. Or you do it of water, you get that smooth, foggy looking water. So there's, that's something you can't really do with the iPhone camera. So I'm sure that's one of the reasons it's the app of the year, because actually Halide is also cool. But this came out this year. So yeah, Spectre, everybody should have a copy of that. It helps you hold the camera steady. You see it has a little stable icon. And then you press and you set how long it's going to be, 3, 5, 9 seconds. And then watch. Let's see. I don't know.
There's nothing really flowy in here.
Yeah, there's nothing that's going to be. I'll do a time. The other thing that's cool about this is you don't need a tripod. It automatically does some stabilization. And there you go. It's amazing, isn't it?
Take a photo of me doing this with my fingers.
Yeah, let's see. Shall we try again? All right.
Let's see what happens.
Now I have a picture of your hands in my...
Hands, touching hands,
reaching out,
touching me.
How do I get this? Oh, there we go. Okay. Now,
I'll try to keep it.
Just keep doing that.
Yeah, and I'll try to keep it steady.
Okay, he's moving his fingers. Okay, now let's see what we got.
Wow.
Looks like you're flipping me off,
looks like
buddy.
I'm trying to give you the middle finger.
Yeah, but you see, everything else was stable, but his fingers are moving.
Interesting. Okay.
Obviously, this is not the ideal.
This is not where you would use
usage.
This. You go to Niagara Falls, you take a photo of the falls.
There you go.
And that's it.
So smart long exposure app of the year.
Buy that app and then buy a ticket to Niagara.
I think it actually is a really cool app.
Yes.
Oh, that's the other thing I should mention that you can do is you can eliminate people if you take a long enough exposure.
Oh.
And I've done that in places, where
smart.
lots of tourists are and you just want the monument. You just do a very, very long exposure. And as long as the people keep moving, there's that one guy who's asleep and you're going to get him in it, but everybody else will be all right. Yeah.
And that's where you use a different app to do the edit out.
Yep.
The iPad app of the year, this app gets so much love. It was featured at WWDC before. It is Flow by
Moleskine. I don't know why this gets awards.
I know, because it's not even, in my opinion,
not that interesting.
It's not that interesting.
There are so many good notepad drawing and creation apps, but this is the new one, right? But I honestly don't think it deserves all the attention it's getting. If it weren't from a big brand, Moleskine, notice I'm going to pronounce it differently every single time.
I was like, no, that did sound different.
If it weren't from a big brand, I wonder.
Like Moose Skin, then maybe it would.
Procreate, I'm sure, won when it came out. So I guess these are new apps.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be new this year. Is that the idea?
That's my guess, yeah. And
what
it's
else?
just there aren't even that many tools.
Yeah,
the Mac app of the year is Affinity Publisher.
Okay, good.
Which is very good.
We know Affinity Photo, that came out a few years ago. This is their publishing version.
Graphic design app for
so funny because when
publishing.
the Mac first came out, that was the #1 use for it, was desktop publishing. And you remember PageMaker? You might be too young to remember PageMaker. And Quark Express, which a lot of magazines and newspapers use to this day. So there hasn't been a new one in this category in a while. And Affinity does some amazing stuff.
They really do.
Seraph
Labs, yeah. And what I like about their stuff is that it starts out simple and you can dig in to get more detailed, but you basically can sort of empower new users to use these apps without having to get super confused or not know what's going on.
So they now have Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer, which is, I think, a vector program, and Affinity Publisher. They're going right after all the Adobe products, yeah.
Yeah. And then the Apple TV app of the year is called The Explorers. This groundbreaking app was designed to support the community of explorers, scientists, and artists working toward a common goal, to create a comprehensive visual inventory of the natural world.
That sounds cool. I don't know about that. I'll have to
I didn't know either. I'm going to have to download that one. Essentially, it looks like you just get to see...
It's like BBC's cool. Planet Earth, but like little clips.
Yeah. Sort of like the wallpapers that are on the Apple TV.
I love those.
They just updated those with, they recently updated those with animals now. So, yeah.
And there is apparently a new award, the Trend of the Year.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem, I don't think that they're doing an award so much as they're doing an observation. It's sort of an editorial observation.
Yeah.
And so they talk about how there are certain apps that help make storytelling a little bit easier. So there's Anchor, of course, which helps you make podcasts all on your own. Canva, which I think we've talked about.
Yeah.
And Unfold, I think we've also talked about, which are some ways to make Instagram stories and other sort of templatized designs, and a few others so that you can express yourself.
I'll have to take a look at that category because, I'm always looking for a way to take my vacations and put them into a story.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've yet to find the perfect way to do that. So,
yeah.
How about games? What are they like?
Games of the year. So for iPhone, it's Sky Children of the Light by that game company.
I agree. That's a very good game.
It's beautiful.
Yep.
It's got great interaction, and it's got a great story as well. The iPad game of the year is Hyper Light Drifter,
Don't know that one.
I didn't play either, but it sort of mimics a 16-bit adventure game, which is, of course, something that a lot of people like to have, and it's a survival game.
All right.
Yeah. And then the Mac game of the year is Gris. It's a puzzle platformer, and it's one of those apps or one of those games that's a lot about the visuals. And you sort of can kind of get immersed, given that it's a Mac app on a bigger screen. You sort of get immersed in the beautiful look of things, and then you can play little puzzles and stuff. I'm not a big Mac app gamer, though.
I wonder if you even could win if you weren't in the App Store.
That's a good question.
Because honestly,
it should be
the Mac game of the year is definitely not that.
Right.
I'm not sure. I mean, Fortnite maybe, or there's just
Untitled Goose Game.
Goose Game. There's so many games that are not in the App Store.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a little self-serving, if Apple says, well, no, you have to sell it to the App Store.
Yeah.
That's kind of self-limiting. And there you go. Okay.
The Apple TV game of the year, Wonder Boy, The Dragon's Trap.
Yeah.
That looks horrible, but cool. That just doesn't look... Anyway.
Okay.
And then Game Trend, Blockbusters Reimagined. So, yeah, there were a lot of games where we got a new take on things with Mario Kart Tour, Dr. Mario World, Minecraft Earth instead of regular Minecraft, and a few others that are sort of remade for the mobile world.
I do like that they made a separate category for the Apple Arcade, so that they're just not in the competition with the other games. And I agree with their choice, Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Sayonara Wild Hearts. I will listen to that soundtrack all the time.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Beautiful soundtrack. The game is gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was confusing at first, but it's gorgeous.
It's not. It's also not an original concept for gameplay,
right.
But I think they did a good job. It's a pop album video game.
Oh, I didn't know it was available on the Nintendo Switch. And that's that.
Apple Awards. I'm glad we didn't stream it because we would have just had to sit there doing what we just did.
And just a little bit like, oh yeah, that's
vamping in between because of the delays.
Games. Let's move on to talk about how is business. Apple Pay Express Transit. That is the feature that allows you to
get on a subway.
It does. You can sort of assign a card to your Express Transit, And even if your phone is on low battery or your watch is on low battery, and even without having to authenticate with a fingerprint or Face ID, you can easily tap to move into transit. So that's available in London, which London is a huge transit zone.
I think New York has started to roll that out as well. Am I wrong?
I feel like I recall that.
Yeah.
But it's clear that if they're getting it rolled out in London,
it's very big.
So there we go. Express Transit also works in Japan, in Portland, in New York, and with Chinese transit cards.
Instead of an Oyster card, or the worst is when they have these mag stripe cards because they get demagnetized and you lose your value. I love this idea of being able to use my phone. In fact, the more I can use my phone as my wallet.
Oh my goodness!
As
Give
my
me
cards,
yes,
as everything. Then it's. Just
I'm jealous of you with that. Your car is going to be from your phone too soon.
Yeah, this new car that won't come out until the end of the year, so it's a year off. But this new Mustang Mach-E, your phone is also your key.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So as you approach the car, it uses Bluetooth LE, and it says, "Oh, it's you, Leo," and it automatically. We talked about this last week. Sets everything, including the seats and the music. Everything is set to your preferences. I love that. There's still a fob if you want one. You can even enter. There's a keypad. You can even enter a number to get in. So if you lose your phone, you're not out of luck. But I think this is a great idea.
So that is that. Now, this next story, it's a quick one. I wanted to talk to you about this because the deal is actually over, but it's more the fact that there was a deal in the first place. So Apple News Plus, over this past weekend, Apple offered a deal to give you Apple News Plus with a 3-month free trial. And again, it was just for this past weekend. But
this is their Black Friday deal?
Their Black Friday deal, Apple News Plus, 3 months free. Did you try Apple News Plus?
I did.
Do you still have Apple News Plus?
Well, I canceled it, and then Lisa said, but I want it. Oh. So she renewed it, and it's in our family subscription, so I got it too.
Does she
likes it. She likes reading magazines. I guess. I don't know. I should ask her if she uses it. I found I never used it. In fact, I don't even use Apple News for my news. I don't like it, to be honest with you. So I don't open that app.
I think that to me it's telling that they're are trying to find different ways to push it. And because we've seen different publications sort of, we're not supposed to talk about this, but things aren't going great.
Yeah, that's one of the issues for Apple at this point is they need it to be a success because they persuaded these magazines. They bought Texture, which was an advertiser here, and I thought a great way to read magazines, one flat fee, and you get hundreds of magazines. They bought Texture, but they made them a promise you're going to get part of the revenue, and that's why you should stick around. Mm-hmm. And the problem is if they don't make money for these magazines, there's the risk that it'll be a death spiral because the magazines will start leaving, and then people will say, well, I don't want that.
Right. Why would you want it if nothing's available there?
It's ironic because I do subscribe to a number of these magazines like The New Yorker, which I could get as part of Apple News Plus.
Oh, you also subscribe to The New Yorker.
Yeah, so I feel like I prefer to send my money directly to the magazines.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you subscribe to a digital version or a physical version?
I used to subscribe to the paper version, but I find it much better to subscribe to the digital version. So, and see, there's some cooking stuff in here. I probably should take a look at this now. Since I have it, I found I never used it, but I guess there is some good stuff in here. So I hope it succeeds because frankly, I want print journalism to continue.
Right, absolutely.
And this may be one of the last places it can survive. I don't know. Oh, see.
Ooh, now that's cool.
Yeah, I wanted to go on.
You and I both were like,
yeah, I was just in Jerusalem, and I somebody said, "Oh, you saw the tunnels, right?" And I said, "No," and I would have very much liked to have seen this. I don't know if you can get in there, but
duck down.
So yeah, this is National Geographic, and the other thing, and this is to me was always one of the selling points of Texture, is the ability to really look in detail, to pixel peep at National Geographic photography. Mm-hmm. And if you print it in a paper, it's not going to honestly be as detailed or as good looking as this.
Right.
So I really appreciate that.
And the sites the services that support it, you've got moving pitches too, otherwise known as vidges.
Vidges. Yeah, that was part of the Texture thing too. This is cool. Yeah.
Anyway, that's that.
Good for you. Good luck.
And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about in the news, a friend of mine had a post blow up on Twitter because he created on an iPad or an iPhone the classic.
This was your friend did this?
Yeah.
Oh, man,
iPod
I saw this
click wheel.
everywhere. That's so brilliant.
So it's got haptic feedback. He built that into it. But essentially, it looks like a classic iPod with
It's got the
cover
circle.
flow.
Oh, that's so awesome. And so it's your Apple Music collection, but it's the interface is custom.
Yeah.
And is it an app?
It's an app that he created, but it's not available as a, it's not out there yet.
You should put it out. Maybe Apple wouldn't let him. I don't know, but
I know he really would like to work for the company, so I think that's why he's also
it's a
sort
little
of holding
demo.
off. Yeah.
Nice. Isn't that nice?
Yeah. But I thought it just looks neat because of the way that the phone is shaped too.
Yeah, it works perfectly. It really looks like an iPod Classic.
1.6 million views.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, pretty neat.
Well done, Elvin. Did you name your laptop after him?
That's Elvis, thank you.
Oh.
I'll have a blue Christmas without you.
Hey, I got an idea for a new act. We could be the dueling Elvises. The dueling Elvi.
Yeah, I like it. You're a little bit older, Elvis.
Yeah, I know. I'm fat Elvis. You're young, skinny Elvis. It's perfect. You can wear the leather suit. I'll wear the jumpsuit.
I dig it. Yeah, that's going to do it for us in the news segment.
Should I do an ad, or
You
do you
should
want
do
to
an
go
ad.
right
Tell
on
us
to the
about.
questions?
No, I think you should tell us about.
You know what
our
I'm wearing
pals.
right now? My Tailor Store shirt.
Look at that, Tailor Store.
This is so wild because it fits perfectly. And you know how I got measured for a custom tailored shirt?
How did you get measured?
With the
for
app,
Oh,
the Tailor
my
Store
goodness.
app. You put it on the ground, and it gives you an outline where you're supposed to stand. You stand facing front and stand facing side, and that's it. Not naked even, just
Not
normal.
naked even.
And then based on the photos they take with the Size Me app, it's available on iOS and Android, they make a shirt specifically for your measurements. Now, it worked perfectly for me. Did it work perfectly for you?
It worked so perfectly for me. I almost shed tears. I was so happy.
Because I'll be honest, I have a lot of shirts. I lost a little weight and a lot of shirts that are too big for me. This fits better than any of the shirts that I purchased. Like I've ordered dozens of these.
Ooh,
now
and it's textured.
Oh, I know. That's the other thing. Lots of choices.
Ooh.
So you could choose fabrics, you could choose styles, you could choose even everything down to the thread on the button.
Thread on the buttons.
Completely customize it, the collar you want. Or you can get their prepackaged, like most people get this thing. So you don't feel like you have to go through this process. But for people who like to, configure.
It's like configuring your car,
It's unlimited what you can do. These are high quality. They're made to order for both men and women. And they're spectacularly well made. They're not made in a sweatshop, by the way. They're made in their Sri Lanka factory, and they treat their employees beautifully. In fact, they've grown so much. It's a Swedish company, Tailor Store. They've grown so much. They almost took over a town. Like everybody in that town seems to work for them. And now they're moving to another town in Sri Lanka. It's a 100% carbon neutral business. You'll like that too. And I just think these are gorgeous. There's no reason in the world nowadays for you to have an off the rack shirt when you can have perfectly finished customed shirts. And by the way, they have a perfect fit guarantee. Now, some of our staff are unusually shaped. Jason Howell is taller than the average bear.
Yes.
And Aunt Pruitt is a bear.
Yes.
So in both cases, they got their first shirt wasn't quite right. Here's the beauty part. You just send them a note. They say, keep the shirt or give it to Goodwill. Do whatever you want with it. We're going to send you another one.
You take 2 photos of how it's not fitting for you.
Yeah, and they'll remake it for free. So this is, you don't have to worry about returning it. They will totally support you and give you the right shirt you want. I just think this is so great. No more do you have to go to Hong Kong to get a custom made to measure shirt. It's not a luxury item anymore. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you will look and feel your very best in perfect fitting clothes made exclusively, custom made just for you by Tailor Store. Right now, you can get your first dress shirt for only $39. That's half off the regular price. And it's just a way of saying, hey, I know you probably want to know, how does this work? So go to tailorstore.com, Tailor, tailorstore.com/iOS today, and use the offer code iOS today. Free shipping, First shirt, $39, half off. Terms and conditions apply. But you're going to, I am such a fan of this. From now on, it's the only place I'll get shirts.
Same.
Well, and they have every kind, casual shirts. I love that little pink flamingo shirt I got for my cruise. A custom tailored shirt is no longer out of reach. Don't forget the offer code iOS today. 50% off your first shirt. Unrivaled fit, unrivaled comfort, great fabrics, beautifully made. Sometimes you get shirts and even from big brand names, the buttons fall off, they break in the wash and stuff. These are really well made. I've been very happy.
I love they'll send you a photo of it being made if you ask for it.
Oh, yeah, you can see in the factory how they're making it, so you can make sure that, you want to be conscious that it's a good factory and they're nice, treating their people nice. I just love my Tailor store. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's nice because it has that texture. I love it. TailorStore.com/iOS today. Don't forget the offer code iOS today. And now, the news.
A word from our pals.
No. And now, the questions.
So the first is a little bit of feedback. This is from Keith, who wrote in before about the MV88, the Shure MV88. Thanks for addressing the Shure MV88 question last week's iOS Today. I contacted Shure, and they confirmed they do not have a Lightning USB-C adapter for the MV88. However, they now offer the MV88 Plus kit that comes with both a Lightning and a USB-C cable.
Well, that's brilliant. I should have looked on the site. I love this. This is I brought it this time, the MV88, so we could show you. This is the greatest microphone for anybody with an iPhone. And now that they have a Type-C connector, you could use it with your iPad Pro as well. It just goes right in like that. And the reason it has to be Lightning is because the mic can be positioned. And I'll show you what the mic looks like. See, it has these two capsules. It can be positioned depending on where the speaker is. Yeah, so yes, absolutely. And then if you're shooting and you're going to be narrating the shooting, for instance, you'd have it facing this way. If you're shooting and I'm going to be interviewing you, you just plug it in the other way and face that way. And I just think it's great. Sorry, Siri. Let me show you real quickly the Motive app that comes with it. So it senses the microphone. And you can see it,
it's showing your levels.
And I can also change everything. I mean, the recording rate, I can change the pattern. I save my recordings in here. We're going to use this. Let's this go. Oh, there it is. We're going to use this.
Wow. Lots of
settings.
Yeah.
You can change
Holy moly.
the angles here. It's got, presets for music, for voice, for instruments.
Oh my goodness, it's so detailed.
But you can also do that. I actually
a compressor built in.
It's got so it's got wide angle cardioid. It can just get them from the sides there like that. That would be good for an interview, for instance.
I'm so impressed.
Yeah. It's got a limiter. It also has a compressor, which you can turn up all the way or turn down. A high pass filter. Whoops, I did it again. A high pass filter so that you can cut off rumbling. We'll probably use that at CES because sometimes there's people with subwoofers that that comes through. You can also turn off hissing and noise. It's got a built-in equalizer, parametric equalizer. I mean, I have to say,
my goodness,
in every respect, this is the best way to record on an iPhone. And the sound quality is superb. In fact, the reason I brought the selfie stick is because you can even use it at a distance on a selfie stick, which is really handy because in fact, I think that's what we're going to do. I haven't decided yet. We're going to test this at our Christmas party and see what the best sound is, because sound is going to be the issue. I know we can get great video on the iPhone at CES, Ant and I, in our special CES coverage. But I don't know if the sound, that's going to be the real test. And so I don't know with the directional mode of this if it's going to be good enough sound or if I'm going to have to do something a little bit different. But we'll figure it out. I think it will be. I'm really impressed. If you do want to record directly into the iPhone, there's really no better way to do that.
Now, is that something that Shure sells as well? The pop filter or the?
Yeah, it comes with this.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really compact. You see, it comes in a nice little hard shell case, so it's very easy to carry this around, just like that. Sure has it going on.
They clearly do.
Yeah, I think that is a really great
going out.
Great little microphone. It's a stereo condenser microphone.
And that's not, I was expecting a higher price, honestly.
How much is it?
It's $150.
That's a great price.
Yeah, I was honestly expecting a lot more based on what you were showing me there.
They could easily charge more. If you're making movies with your iPhone, this is the way to go.
Have you seen those new videos? I didn't want to show them on the show because we're not going to be showing videos, but Apple has put out some. There's one of like a snowball fight that they filmed entirely on iPhone.
That's amazing. Honestly, we've got cameras galore. We've got professional grade cameras. We've got professional grade DSLRs. We have every possible way. We've got Blackmagic devices. But honestly, I'm thinking for the kind of shooting we want to do at CES, where we're going to do, 10 little segments a day, and I'm just going to run around and we're going to do it. We've got Sam Abul-Samad, our car guy. We've got Stacey Higginbotham, our IoT guy. Dick DiBartolo, our GizWiz. We've got Scott Wilkinson, our home theater guy. They're going to all be giving us segments. The only reason people don't shoot with the iPhone is it makes you look like an amateur.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, I agree.
For years, cameramen wouldn't carry little cameras. They wanted big ones because then you'd look like you work for a TV station.
I'm here with.
But I'm over that. I'm honestly over that, and I don't. If it's good looking video, and I think
it's a great looking video.
It's really going to come down to the audio. So we decided to do it at the Christmas party because that's going to be a noisy environment. We're going to see, and I'm going to try all the different solutions and figure out. I have a digital shotgun mic that Sony just put out for the A7 series. So I'm going to use that with my A7R4 and see if that sounds as good as the Shure MV88. And probably we'll also play with the lav mics. We have lavalier, lapel mics, and we can also use those. And I don't know if it'll come out in time for CES. It's supposed to come out this month. We've had the guys from Mic on before. They're former Audio-Technica guys. Or I'm sorry, AKG guys, and they make a wireless microphone. It's kind of a funky brick that you hold in your hand that wirelessly sends the audio to the iPhone and makes a perfect audio copy. That would sound the best because it's close to your mouth.
You're right.
But they just announced, and I kicked in on the crowdfunding, a lapel mic that works the same way. So that might be another solution. We're just going to have to play with them. If I can make, for instance, their lapel mic be left channel and this mic be the right channel, then I can have my voice on a good quality mic by the camera, the person I'm interviewing's voice from the lav. That might end up being the best way. We're just going to play with it and we'll see.
Yeah.
It's good. Every time we do something like this, for me, it's just an experiment in video production and audio. And as you know, because we're podcasts, I think audio is more important than video. And so we want to, if the audio is not good, doesn't matter how good the video is. I know we're going to get great video out of an iPhone, but will the audio be good?
We will see.
I think I found it cheaper.
How much?
99.
On Amazon? $99 bucks?
$99.
That's worth it. That may not come with the Type-C cable. I don't know if that includes the Type-C cable. But still, if you got an iPhone, you still want Lightning.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I bought this a few years ago. I'm really happy with it.
The other question we have here, Ray from somewhere Indiana asks, I recently switched to an iPhone from Android, and I have run into one thing that I really miss. On my Android, I had it set to never go to sleep or turn off the phone if it was charging, but if it was on battery, the screen would lock. I have searched and cannot find a setting to do this. Is there an app that will allow me to do this? Ray, look at me, Ray. I'm really sorry, Ray.
There isn't?
iOS is too locked down for that.
Apps can never do things like that.
Right.
Low-level system functions.
What you can do is set it so that it doesn't sleep, that the display doesn't sleep, but it's not tied to if my device is connected or is not connected.
Yeah.
So you can go into your settings, and I believe it's in, let's see, and this time I won't show my phone number, settings, and then you go to display and brightness, and then underneath auto lock, you change that to never. And then the display will never automatically lock and go away. It will stay up. But that's regardless of whether you are charging or not charging. So there's no way to, like an energy saving feature like you have on the Mac, where you can go through and choose when or when it's not.
The Android phone does a lot of interesting things when it's on a charger. There's a lot of things you can say. Oh, yeah, if you're on a charger, show me a slideshow of my pictures, for instance. That's the Google Pixel 4 will do that in the 3.
That's kind of fun.
So Apple does have some things. I mean, for instance, it won't you can say don't download music and photos unless you're on a charger, things like that. But I wish it would, so that the screen's always on. Yeah, because you would kind of like it to be always on. Now wait.
Maybe I don't.
Can you do that with shortcuts? There must be a
no
way. You can't.
No,
Shortcuts can't tell if it's on a charger.
It's a security thing. It's the idea that if you've got your Apple Pay and all that stuff on there should never really be. You should not sort of have an ability to keep the phone unlocked just because it's on a charger.
Yeah,
that's my understanding of Apple's sort of. Based on what we know of Apple, that's I guess I should say I'm reading the tea leaves there or something.
Yeah. No, that makes sense because if it didn't lock, but you can set it to never lock. That's insecure, right?
Yeah, it is. But I don't know. I guess the difference there is that
I wish Apple supported, which Android does, is if you can say this is a trusted device I'm paired to, like my car. Don't lock.
Yeah, I like the one like a watch. If you were wearing a watch and then that's your trusted device, then don't lock and Apple already does some of that with the phone and the watch, because if I unlock my phone, it'll automatically unlock my watch. I don't have to type in my passcode.
Yes.
It would be cool if then the phone could remain unlocked as well.
Yeah.
Renee explained to me why that doesn't make sense, and it was some sort of because you could learn one way and then it would unlock the other thing, and then it's an issue. But
it's also less of an issue with face recognition nowadays.
That's true.
If it sees your face, if you could see it, it can see you, and it unlocks. So it's less of an issue than it used to be.
Yeah, that's a good point. That takes care of the feedback questions for this week, which means...
Oh, it's time for hats.
It's time for hats.
Now, who picked our hats today?
I just picked random hats because we're doing random apps.
Random. This is as random as you can get. I am wearing a dinosaur cap. You're wearing a pillbox cap, a la Jackie Kennedy.
I'm wearing a pillbox cap. Now, I was working on... I see, it's not really there. This is more of a Southern accent, and that's not what I was trying to do. What I was trying to do was a transatlantic accent, but I don't recall. I was looking at a video this morning trying to learn how to do a transatlantic accent.
What is a transatlantic?
That's the old school accent that they used to do in like black and white movies.
Oh, yes.
It mimics a little bit of British.
It's a little British, but it's not.
They
Father,
hit their T's.
Father, I'd like to ride a horse today.
There, that's the one. That's the accent.
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, Daddy.
That's a little bit British.
Oh, Daddy.
Oh, Daddy.
Yeah, so that was put on, right? Movie stars used to do that, and I thought, they're not British. Why are they talking pseudo-British?
It was a put-on accent.
Fake old British.
Fake old British.
Daddy, I'd like to ride through fields like that someday.
That's the one. I don't even know if I'm wearing this correctly.
I don't know if there's a way to wear a pillbox hat for you. It actually works with you. You look like Abe Lincoln.
Or Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome.
Me, I just look like a character in Toy Story. I'm wearing a dinosaur.
Oh, I thought it was an alligator.
We wear these silly hats. Oh, maybe it is. No, it could be.
Or is it a croc?
I can't tell. It's hard to tell from the teeth.
The teeth that are the same color as the rest of it.
It is as cheap a hat as you can get. I'll be honest with you.
It costs less than a paperclip.
And honestly, I don't really even think it has the functionality.
I was going to say, is it really a hat even?
It's just a piece of plastic I put on my head. We do these caps to humiliate ourselves, to amuse you, and to honor our app cap, the app of the day. What is your pick this week?
My pick is called okayso. That's what it's called. okayso is an app.
Is that the name?
Yes. And I love this.
You scared me for a minute. You looked at me and said, okayso, and I thought, have I done something wrong?
You know what that is, Leo?
What?
Acting.
You're an actor. He's a thespian.
Acting. So the app's called okayso, and I think this is a brilliant name for it.
It's an interesting name. What's the name of the app?
okayso.
Okay, so what?
Oh no, now we're doing who's on first. It's okayso, all one word. Okay. And this is an app that helps you. Okayso.
Is it for cheese?
No.
Oh.
We're going to get into it.
Okay.
So what this app does is it lets you ask questions that are kind of uncomfortable to ask.
Oh.
They have a team of volunteers who are sexual educators.
So it's the kind of question that the person answering would say, okay, so...
Yes, or it's the kind of question that a person asking would go, okay, so I don't really know how to ask this, but...
Yeah, so that's a good name for it.
Precisely. Yeah. Now you agree.
Yeah.
It's not about
it only
cheese.
works in certain regions of the United States.
That's also true.
Yeah.
So, for example, there are consultants on sexual health and
The app
public
works
health.
Everywhere, obviously.
Health
So you're supposed to ask a sex question.
educators. Well, not just sex questions.
Okay.
So I'll show you some examples here. Well, a lot of these are sex questions, but there are. So
we
is
have
there
to
a
keep
point?
this family friendly.
Is there a point? Well, sex is family friendly. Is there a point where it's too late to come out to your family? Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Can
like
getting
if you're 55,
right?
should you bother? Yeah.
Can getting an IUD cause serious damage to a young woman's uterus?
Excellent. See, this is the kind of thing people are embarrassed to ask, but it's valuable, important health information.
Yeah.
I think this is a great idea.
What are the
Who
pros
puts
to
this
being on
out?
birth control? This is actually, it's a new app that was created by two of the experts, and then they got some other people to volunteer to be experts as well.
This is really good. But, so is it? My only fear is there anybody guaranteeing the quality of the answers? Because you could say, something, ask a question, and get a bad answer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
From the what is it? the 12 experts that they have right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If one of these folks is not
Or has an axe
skilled.
to grind,
Yeah. And I mean, they're thoroughly vetted by the people who are the CEO and it's two
What can
founders.
we ask it? All
And
right.
you can
Here,
apply.
I got one. Can you ask it in real time?
You can ask a question, but you have to
But
wait
you won't
for,
get the answer right away.
and so see, you can choose. Yeah, exactly. So you can choose a different group of experts.
So I want to say,
depending-
Mikah has a booger hanging from his nose. When's a good time to tell him?
So then let's do dating and relationships.
Oh, that's perfect. My date has lettuce stuck
There
in
we
her
go.
teeth. Is it okay to tell her this? Of course it is.
Right. Okay, I'm not going to do that because I don't want them to blacklist me because there
Yeah,
could be a time when I
don't
have
do
an
it. Don't do
okayso
it. We
question.
don't. Yeah.
But you can see here that, so you could ask a college student. So if you are a college student and you have some questions,
Yeah.
then you could also ask
Yeah.
a college student and sort of
Right.
get a little bit of.
I think my
what's-
resident assistant is hot. Is it okay to ask her out?
Not that.
No?
Not that question. But what is the word I'm looking for? Solidarity. You could get a little solidarity. Birth control questions, pregnancy questions, body and autonomy questions.
You can't say, I think, oh, okay.
Well, I mean, you could ask your friend that.
You know what
I
it
don't know if
reminds
it's for
me
this
of? It
place.
reminds me of those columns in the newspaper.
Yes,
right?
and that's kind of
Like
what
Dan
it is.
Savage's and others, where you ask for help in the sexual mores. And
And what I like too is that it's not just going to be one person that answers your question. It's sort of
do they all answer?
multiple people can answer,
Oh,
and so
interesting.
multiple
That I
of the
like,
experts
because then
can sort of,
if
you
somebody
sort of
gives you a
pick
bad
through.
answer, you at
You've
least
got
have
more.
some other options.
And there's an option
It's
to
a tip of the
apply
crocodile
to become
to
an
them.
expert as well.
Oh.
And so you can get vetted and all that kind of stuff. But the people that are working are like licensed social workers, and they're volunteering for this, or different folks that are licensed in different fields that fit within this.
It's Dear Abby for the phone age.
Mhm. And then they
That's
also
what it is.
have what I like are some articles that they've written.
Nice.
So Elise Schuster, that's one of the founders of the company.
This would be great
has some stories in there.
When you first go off to college, you have a lot of questions because, when you first get out in life and you get your first apartment and you don't know a lot of stuff and mom isn't there to ask anymore. And sometimes it's nice to have an independent third party you can
Okay,
say.
so yeah.
What's the etiquette here?
Yes, precisely. Now tell us about your app, Cap.
Unfortunately, everything I could think of, I can't say.
Oh, that's free, by the way. That app is free.
Nice, as it should be. Free like casserole?
Free, yeah. I'm really
Free like
how to
bouillabaisse?
make mom's casserole. Maybe that's what Kevin was going for.
Queso.
Oh, queso.
Okayso.
Okayso.
Now, I'm going to write an app that's QUESO.
Uh-huh.
And it will be where to find queso anywhere you are.
Help, I need, you should make the Uber for queso.
The
It
Uber for
arrives
queso.
to you.
I would be so
We need
fat.
queso right now.
Oh, man, would I be fat.
What I need right now is queso.
I will
How
never
was that
forget.
transatlantic
I don't
accent?
know. Somehow, at my advanced age, I didn't know about queso.
Melted cheese?
It's more than melted cheese.
Melted cheese with some peppers.
And then
in it?
we when we were designing our website, we went down to Austin, Texas, to meet with our designers, and a wonderful group. And at the break, they got some great Austin Tex-Mex. There was this creamy, hot, delicious cheese dip. I dipped a
cheese substance.
tortilla chip into it and ate it. I said, "Oh my God, what is this? And where has it been all my life?" And I was introduced to queso.
And on that day,
On that day, my
his life was changed.
I gained 24 pounds.
Your heart grew 3 sizes that day.
All right, so this app is not a new app to you. Not only have I picked it before some years ago, we've interviewed its creator many times, Bill Atkinson, who is a legend in the Macintosh world. He was on the original Macintosh team, wrote Mac Paint, wrote the low-level quick draw routines. I mean, he is a wonderful guy. And in his kind of semi-retirement, after he left Apple, he went on to do the Danger. Was it the site? We interviewed the people about it. The Danger Sidekick. Anyway, he went on to other things, but you know, as one does, he's about my age. He's kind of semi-retired, but he's still writing software, and he created an app. A wonderful app called PhotoCard. And I've mentioned it before. In fact, I used PhotoCard.
Love it.
I use it when I go on trips. It's a way to create on your iPhone or iPad a postcard with text on one side, a picture on the other. It could be Bill's great nature pictures or your own. He's a wonderful photographer. And then send it. Bill actually mails it from the United States. So it gets here. You know, if you mail a postcard from Greece, often you'll get home before the card arrives. So this is a picture I took in Greece. I'll show you how it works. And then on the other side, you actually can make your own stamp. You can write your own message. It has some really nice features. Address it, and then he prints it out and mails it. And he does a beautiful job. It's on. Not only is it a big picture, what is that, 6x4, something like that, but he also prints it on heavy stock and then laminates it. So this is suitable for.
It lasts in the mail.
It'll last forever. So, you know, I really love doing this as I travel because I can do it, you know, in the hotel room, and I don't have to buy stamps or anything. The only thing you don't get is that great stamp from Greece, or in this case, Jordan, but you get to make your own stamps. But the reason I bring it up is because here we are, December, and probably many of you are thinking, oh boy, Christmas card time, right? Or holiday card time. We got to mail out the holiday cards. And this is something that if you don't get on right now, you're going to be too late. I've got something you can do as little as a week before Christmas. That's PhotoCard. And let me launch it and show you. We use it for our Christmas cards. We have for every year for the last 4 or 5 years. What we do is, and we did this last week or the week before, we take a picture of the whole staff.
Oh, I need to get you my signature, don't I?
You're going to do it right now because I'm going to show you how it works. So we take a picture of the whole staff. And when you add a picture, Bill gives you some nice features. In fact, let me just choose from the photo library here and show you. Let's get our photo here, and you can crop it if you want. I'm going to crop it just a little bit. Center it down. You can crop
if you want to.
He has. You could change the background color if you have a frame. He has lighten photo.
Wow, that's kind of nice.
Darken photo, and he has an automated enhanced. And because he's such a great photographer, he is. I just really think he is the king of all this. He also, by the way, prints these out in a high quality printer and then checks them each time. So on the other side, I get to write, and in this case, just happy holidays and best wishes. You can put whatever you want. Now, you may wonder, what are these signatures? Well, he has a really nice feature that I love that allows you to create stamps. It comes with a bunch of clip art. You see, I have a lot of holiday clip art.
There was a Hostess snack cake.
Yeah, I even made a Christmas tree with presents all around it as one of the things.
Oh, Leo, you're so creative. Look at those stickers.
Yeah, there's a Hostess cupcake. Happy birthday. When you put something in there, by the way, you can rotate it.
Oh, nice.
You can size it. You can make it really big if you want. It wouldn't be really appropriate to have a happy birthday message on a Christmas card, so I'm going to get rid of that. You just swipe it off.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Isn't that nice? But notice, I've made my own stamps. It's easy to make a custom sticker. In fact, I made stamps, and some of the people are no longer here. Some of them are former employees of every employee. There's Megan's signature. And so if I want to add Megan to this Christmas card, I could just take her signature, shrink it down, make it fit, and put it right there.
Nice.
So that's what I've done with a number of people, but we have a number of new staffers. So, Mikah, I want you to sign this white piece of paper.
All right.
Sign it big.
Oh, okay.
Really? Is that how you sign your
just my first name?
Your name? Okay, just put your first name.
Yeah, that's my first name. So
right,
I'll do it bigger, I guess.
Sometimes I encourage people to actually sign with a name that I can read, because otherwise I won't know it's you.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so watch what I'm going to do here. So I have everybody. In fact, I've done everybody. We've gone around and had everybody on the staff sign it. But there's Mikah's signature, and I just take a picture of it, right?
Okay, so he does this. Like he goes as far as to add the multiplying effect, or is that what you're going to do?
No, I'm going to do all that. Watch. So now to add that as a sticker, I'm going to go to make a sticker. Notice I took it on my iPhone, but of course I took it and it's stored in Photos. So I'm going to make a custom sticker, and let's choose an image. And if this syncs up, maybe it hasn't synced up yet.
Sometimes
it takes a little while. Let's get. Oh yeah, it's uploading Mikah's signature. So once Mikah's signature is uploaded, oh, you see, unfortunately, I shot a rather large video that is uploading. In fact, that's an hour-long video. So let me just.
When was that?
That was just now when I thought it was off, but it wasn't. So let me just delete that right here.
Oh man, now I want that.
An hour-long video. Okay, now, Mike,
there could be gold in there.
There's gold in there, but probably not.
There's gold in there.
Oh, it's going to be a while. So let me take a picture with my iPad. That'll be a little bit faster here. I don't ever use my iPad, so I've hidden the camera icon. Let's do this here.
But it's such a great viewfinder.
Yeah, it is a nice viewfinder, isn't it? So there's Mikah. All right, so now we've got the picture. And I'll show you how easy it is to make a sticker. So I'm going to go to the stickers. It's going to make a custom sticker. I'm going to choose an image. There's Mikah's signature. Now, of course, I'm going to really want to crop this down, but I'm also going to want to make it transparent. I'm going to want to edit the mask. Why can't I edit the mask? It's been so long since I've done. Oh, that's why. So long since I've done this. Now is when I make this be invisible, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just erase. Let's see. No, what I want to do. Pour. I have to read the how-tos. I only do this once a year. Scroll, erase with your finger. I can erase. If you erase too much, pour to remove. Pour is especially handy to make a custom signature. Best way to make your signature: sign your name with a Sharpie on a white piece of paper, then photograph it. Then an edit mask, pour into the white areas. So I don't know if it's white enough, but let's see. Might have to get a little bit whiter. But I'm making this. Whoa!
How do you want?
Whoa!
Oh, there it is at the bottom.
Went too far. Went too far.
Bottom right, next to view.
Undo. There we go. Went too far. Went too far. This will probably be good enough. Oh, this is going to be a tricky one. Let me zoom in here. I'm just getting rid of the paper color, right?
Right.
And so because I didn't do it in proper conditions, you're going to want to take a picture where it's white as white as possible, right? But I think that's good enough. Sign your name
in the snow.
Now I've made a stamp. Okay. Now I should say, notice it says, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to edit the mask a little bit more because I've got to get a little bit of this out of here. There we go.
Beautiful.
There we go. I think we're good here. I think we got enough of there'll be a little bit left. And obviously, if I want to do this perfectly, I would do it a little bit differently. Now, what you do for buying things is you buy credits ahead of time. So I'm going to buy a sticker. I've bought a lot of credits, 456 credits. It costs 1 credit to make a sticker. That's maybe 25 cents, something like that. And then I now have a custom sticker, and we can add Mikah's name to our Christmas card here, like this. There's your name. We'll shrink it down.
Uh-oh, it duplicated it.
Yeah, that's all right. Throw that away. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is, right here. Oh, come on.
There. Oh,
I had it. Come on, Mikah. There.
Oh, there we go.
Whoa. Okay. Is that you?
That's me.
All right. Fortunately, I left a hole, just Micah-sized hole.
Perfect.
No one's going to know who that is. So I really recommend writing your name with your letters.
That's an
like
M.
a big boy.
That's an M, and then that's an I.
Okay. Yeah.
This is what my signature is.
Say M again.
M?
Say it into the microphone.
M?
Yeah, okay.
Instead of M? Is
M.
that what you're... Yeah.
E-M. You say AM. You almost have 2 syllables in your M.
M?
That's cute. Anyway, that's Mikah.
M.
So I'm adding them all.
It's M, Leo.
I'm not sure I'm going to use all these stickers, but I put them out there so I can play with it. I have to wait till I get all the signatures anyway in here. Oh, and there's something else that went wrong. We missed one person. He wasn't here on the day we shot it. When we have people who aren't here, I make stamps out of them.
Oh, that's great.
And you can do the same thing. You can take any image and make a custom stamp. So let's make a custom stamp. I'm going to choose an image. So I'm going to go take a picture of Mario. Let's pretend it's this is Mario looks like the Sheik of Araby. What do you say?
Perfect.
And we're going to make a stamp out of that. Stamp.
With an EM.
Stamp. And there you go. And that'll becomes the stamp. Now, one of the things that it does, which is really cool, is these are real stamps because he uses what's called an indicia, a QR code, to put the 50-cent U.S. postage that's required to mail this. So, I think I'm not going to actually buy. Well, it's a pretty good stamp, but I probably won't buy that stamp. I'll put Mario in the stamp. Now, when it's all done, you've got to address it. Now, this is where it really gets fun. You can easily add an address manually, or you can take it from your contacts.
Oh, nice.
But he also has a mail merge feature, which I really like. I can paste addresses in. So every year we make a spreadsheet with all the addresses. In our case, this year it's 176 addresses. And you have to edit it a little bit. I keep it in Apple Notes because it has to be one paragraph per address. There's a blank line between each address, and it has to have the city, state, and zip all in one line, just like a regular address.
Okay.
Once you've done all that, let me send it to me. How about that? Because I don't care if you know my address. And we're going to use this address. And so it fills it in just like that. And now I'm going to add that to my mailing list. And I can go through and add them one by one, or in my case, I have a long mailing list, which I love this. I just Bill's giving you a way to mail merge it in and paste it in.
That's really
You can
nice.
even use mail merge in the field, so you can say, hi, bracket, your name here.
Very
so
cool.
it even looks like you didn't send out 130 million of these. In fact, maybe I'll do that.
Except
this year.
one, there'll be insert name.
Yeah, I'll have to check them carefully to make sure that we don't get any weird ones. So if you get a Twit Christmas card this year, just like in years past, we're going to use Bill's PhotoCard. Once your PhotoCard is done, it's really easy. You can send it in two different ways. You can send the postcard as an email, or you can send the postcard as a regular snail mail. If you send it as an email, the recipient has the option to, it's free to send them as email. The recipient has the option to buy the card. So for people you don't like, you could just send them an email, and if they really like the picture, they could buy the card. So this is what we did last year. This is the final card here that we sent last year. And you can see a few people were missing. Mario and Victor and Sarah weren't in the original, so we took a picture of them. We made them the stamp and put a little thing on there and so forth. So I think that's kind of fun.
That is fun.
Yeah. So we're going to do that again this year. If you get a Twit Christmas card, this is what it's going to look like. Oh, I didn't mention this. It's very easy to type text. You just type it in. Woo, hoo. And it's also very easy to change the fonts. He gives you hundreds of fonts, lots of really cool, fun fonts. So it's very easy to pick a font. I picked one that was very holiday-ish, which I've now lost. There it is. Party. Don't steal my
It reminds
font.
me of Joker Man.
And you can make it as big or as small as you want. And you remember you saw my cards that I sent from my last trip, and you said, I can't read it. It's too small. So I made them bigger this time.
You made them bigger, and you chose a more readable
I chose,
typeface.
I used a marker font that was a little bit easier to read.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is my app cap. It's a free app. Oh, let me show you credits real quickly because you do buy credits. I'll buy some more credits here and show you the price. It depends. The amount of the cost of credit depends on how many you buy. If you just buy one credit, each credit's $1. So that was $1 to make that stamp. I always buy 500 credits.
Wow.
Which saves you $125. It's still a little bit more. It's like 75 cents for a stamp. So you have to buy as many credits as you need for whatever stamps you want to make, plus for the cost of mailing, which I think is 2 credits. So you want to, so it's as much as $2. It can go down a little bit if you buy them in bulk. But $2 for including postage, printing, for a card of this quality, I think is really, really good.
Absolutely.
I know Bill doesn't make any money on this. This is really a labor of love for him. And I think they do he does a really good job of the photo reproduction. So we used to send out, cards that fold and you put in an envelope. A lot more work. You have to put them in an envelope. You have to stamp them. You have to address them by hand. And every single employee, we had to have every single employee come in and sign hundreds of cards.
Oh, God.
And that was no fun for anybody. So this way, you just sign a piece of paper, and we were slowly working our way through the staff, and we add your name to the greeting.
Nice.
It's pretty easy. And then once you mail it, he prints twice a week. I think Tuesdays and Thursdays, something like that. So it'll be printed out and mailed the next time he does a print run, which is at most 3 or 4 days from now. And depending on the mail, it'll come in a few days. He's mailing it from the West Coast. So West Coast people, you'll get in a day or two. East Coast, it might be as long as 3 or 4 days. But that means you could really delay till the last minute. You could actually do this, December 15th and still get your cards there in time.
In theory, if other people do that too, then he might get backed up.
Oh, no, he's good. He can really crank them out. That's Bill Atkinson's picture right there at the bottom there. I really love Bill. He's one of the sweetest guys you've ever met. And yes, if you don't have great pictures, you can choose from a nature photo, and Bill has provided these are all his images, some of the most beautiful images you'll ever see, and you can use those free of charge. So
awesome. Well, that is PhotoCard by Bill Atkinson, free to download, and of course, then you can buy with the in-app purchase credits.
And that's our app caps.
That'll do.
Can I take my crocodile off?
You may.
It looks good
until it's on.
Until you
head.
put it on your head.
Yeah.
We do this show every Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific. Actually, more like 9:30 a.m. Pacific. That's 12:30 Eastern time. That's 16:30 UTC. Why don't you tune in and watch? At twit.tv/live. We have audio and video streams as we do it live. If you can't watch live, you can always watch on demand at twit.tv/iOS. That's our website. Best thing to do for all involved. Subscribe in one of your favorite podcast applications. There's iTunes, and there's Google, and there's Pocket Cast, and Stitcher, and Slacker, and Overcast. There's plenty of them.
On Dasher, on Dancer, etc.
Pick the one you like. There's lots of great ones. I'm a Pocket Cast user. Subscribe, and then you'll have it the minute it's available, usually by Tuesday evening.
Yeah, and if you want to send us a question, a feedback, anything like that, video, audio, text, send us that to iostoday@twit.tv.
You look like a giant button. I'm going to press the button, and we're going to say, so long for iOS Today.
So long for iOS Today.
We'll see you next time.